The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm sniffling over here. Sorry. It is finally Friday. I was off today. I kind of forgot about the show, and I ran home, threw some stuff together, and we're on the live stream right now. Joining me is not always. There's no author tonight. I don't know why. He's probably writing a book. But Channel Dead Brian Lake.
Good evening, ladies and squirms. Get your whiskey out, start a sipping as we go a ripping.
Yeehaw, dude, your audio and video is lagging, but that's okay. Last but not least, he's a knight, the anime knight.
Hey guys, happy Good Friday. Hope everybody's doing good. Hopefully we all enjoy the wonderful topics tonight, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe for more of the content.
I really like that Numa guy. I'm sure the music's not coming out very loud. I think my laptop's like not powerful enough for it. Who knows? But I'm having a good time. Can you guys hear it?
I can hear it.
I can hear something, but
barely. I can barely hear it.
There you go. That's better.
Was that loud enough for you?
Is my audio and video better now?
Not really.
Okay.
But it's cool.
Video off.
Everybody knows you're a little slow anyway.
That is true.
I don't even know where to go without David here, because David is like our normal like person. So I mean, we were like, hey David, where are you? And all of a sudden it was just like
anime. That means we're the abnormal persons.
I was like, David, where are you?
That's okay with me. I've been abnormal ever since then, and I will never. I'll probably be abnormal until I'm like 80.
Don't apologize for being abnormal.
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 Abnormale.
Hashtag live now on hashtag Rumble.
Until I have Alzheimer's, and I'll be like, oh, I'm supposed to act abnormal again.
It's true. You want me to do what? You want to do what?
Where's Joe? Wait. You want me to read? You want me to read the machine thing that has the words on it? Oh, okay, Joe Biden. Oh, okay, I'll do that.
He said,
"Sniff the children."
David finally said, "Hi, send link." I said, "Check your email, goober."
Check your email. Oh, do it.
So, how's everybody been? Like, Leif, what you been up to?
Working hard, man.
Yeah,
It's been cold down here.
Yeah, dude, for real. It's really weird. I'm gonna move this. Hang on. All right, unmute. Yeah, dude, it's been super cold, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, a couple days ago, it was only 45 overnight, so I turned off the supplemental heat, and the next night I wake up and there's the pools.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it was chilly. A couple nights we left the heat lamp on for the chickens.
Yeah. Last night it was 34 when I got up this morning.
Yeah.
So.
It's definitely chilly. Or it has been. It's nice today, but it's windy as all get out.
Yeah. It must have been windy today. I think Tuesday we had gusts up to 50 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
I think that was Tuesday.
Especially with the snow and everything. It's so.
Yeah, and now no snow.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
Although the
feeling.
Northeast been's getting a lot of snow. There's some
Dude,
ski areas that
I wish we could
again.
get some snow, man. I want snow.
I know. So I can. Yes, so I could buy Appalachian American a rocket-powered snowboard.
But like,
this
I
is
don't want
That's
snow
bro.
now. I don't think so, because like now it'd be really weird.
this distillery in Damascus is Appalachian Heritage Distillery.
Oh, that sounds so yummy.
Apparently, they're expanding and put in a brewery or something. So there'll be 2 breweries in Damascus. So
Lave, if I wasn't so tied up with everything going on, I would buy a bottle from you.
Finally, the author, David Applegate.
YouTube hates us.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I do. Greetings, friends and fans. Sorry if I am late. I had a call of nature.
Oh,
I was like, dude, where are you? It's really weird.
I
he's
was
our walking. He's our
I was
walking
strangling the lizard.
encyclopedia.
I
We
was
thought the
strangling
feds
lizard.
got you. We thought the feds got
traveled. The feds traveled all the way to the upside down and was like, "Hey,
We did not
they
like
finally
your
got their
Facebook
ass.
post.
They
You
got
have
their
no
asses.
Hey, if the feds came, I'd say, you don't have any jurisdiction. And they go, you're right. That means we can do anything we want.
Don't tell them that.
yeah."
Anyone
they-
watching, do not tell them
they-
that.
Pretty much do whatever they want anyway.
Yeah.
So
Hey, do you know who I
Hell,
am?
they could blast their cream over your window and just walk away.
I bet they would.
Oh, yeah.
Just look at you, be like, "That's your
Here's our
problem now."
Yeah. David, what you been up to, man? We just kind of having some chit chat before we dive into topics.
Well, I'm still working on book 4 in editing. I'm
See, I knew you was writing a book. I was like, David's not here. He's writing a book.
But waiting to hear back from the beta readers. But not
David, you
everybody is
should write
available.
for alpha readers and stop dealing with
Yeah.
betas.
Yeah.
Yeah, right for the toxic masculine alpha male.
All of your elves
alpha
need to have
males.
gigantic titties.
Yes. And the thickest
Yes, they do.
guys on the planet that you just beg to be crushed with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
you would die happy. You'd be like, "This is life right here. This is life."
I got the characters drawn for the book cover and sent that off to the title and backgrounded and all that stuff. And then I got to do formatting and layout and and every this is the problem. Every book site has different layout formats. So I've got to. Oh, can't use this character. I've got to only use this character. Oh,
Yeah.
can't use
Hey,
software.
Let's start the night out with some fun.
Yeah.
This illegal immigrant was picked up by ICE after this video went viral.
Y sé que a ustedes no les duele mi contenido. Les duele es que yo facture más que ustedes sin necesidad de andar como esclavos. ¿Capichi? Esa es la diferencia tuya y mía. Que yo siempre voy a hacer dinero sin mucho trabajo. Y tú un explotado, un miserable, ¿sí me entiendes? Un poquitico. Yo siempre seré más que tú.
Hey, I say, your friend's going to put
la
cap in
cabeza.
you and walk
Que
away
no
with that
somos
wad.
iguales. Mira,
Where
lo que a ti te cuesta
did I
reunir
put that
$1,000,
little baseball bat at?
en
Where did I put the
200
barbed wires at?
yo lo hago
Where did
en
I
par
put
de meses.
those?
Capichi? Y sé.
Because I have a
That's
bitch
so
to bring
funny.
down.
That's so funny.
No.
Venezuelan illegal alien TikTok influencer Lionel Moreno was arrested by ICE earlier today.
Thank you, ICE. For once, we actually like you. For
Right?
once.
Thank you, Karma.
The thing is, he's not wrong. You are a slave if you're working, and these people get more than you. But the
Yep.
thing is, he forgets in his world, walking around with a wad of cash, that's just putting a target on your back.
Yeah, we could. What's to say he was?
So
to
he's
be,
getting arrested by ICE is actually saving his life.
Well, better them than the people out there where he's at. There's a lot of cartels out there in Venezuela.
That's right. They'd cap him for.
They would love. They're drooling. If they see that video, they'll be like, "Duh, look at that cash man. Find out where this guy lives."
Hey, he's in jail. Oh wait, you're the cash man? G'day, I'm the cash extraction man.
So I can't show this on here, but an 8-year-old girl was kidnapped and murdered by the mother and father of her best friend and neighbor in Taxco. The kidnapper and murderer is the mother of the little girl's best friend and her husband who kidnapped her yesterday when she was playing with her own daughter and asked for 250,000 pesos in ransom. The girl was found lifeless in a garbage bag. The shocked residents of the town, who, seeing that the authorities did not arrest those alleged responsible, decided to do justice, beat the woman to death in the street.
No, I would join. I would join in that fight. I don't care. I would join that beatdown.
Nothing wrong happened.
Nothing of value was lost.
Exactly.
No,
dude.
Get this. If they hurt a kid in front of me, and it's not the parent. If it's not the parent hurting the kid, it's someone else hurting that kid. Yeah, the fists are gonna go flying.
All right, so the video, I can't show you the video because the woman actually ends up losing her clothing, and she's topless in the thing. So you see her pulling her out of a vehicle, right? What you don't realize is she's being pulled out of a cop car. The cops allowed her to get beat to death.
Yeah, cops don't play. They don't play when it comes to kids. They don't play.
Are thinking, 2 of us, 200 of them. Have fun, fellas. I'm off to get donuts.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna look the other way.
We're not gonna now arrest you.
They picked her body up. They picked her body up, threw it in the back of the truck, and now they're just kind of loading her up and taking her wherever.
City dump.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is your one-time deal of getting out of jail. This is your one-time pass for today.
Yeah, allow us to kill you, not us, but. And not in real life in Minecraft for YouTube.
And
gosh, the Twitter's littered with video footage, but we can't show it.
But Rumble we can.
No, because it's nudity.
No, Rumble does actually have a few restrictions, just a few less than YouTube.
I will send. Let's see if I can. Can I share this? Share it to direct message. I'll send it to Anime Night and Dave. Sent. And now you can watch that thread. It is violent, dude. Holy hot dogs. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a community. That's a community right there.
That is community. And that's a police vehicle they're dragging her out.
Dude, they all want a piece of her. Holy crap.
Scroll down. If you scroll down, there's way more. And throughout the comments from different perspectives.
Wow, they just
Yup.
Oh, here we go.
Wow. Oh, wow.
It's just it's taking a little longer for the load for me. Oh.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, to the face.
Yeah,
oh, wow. Oh, that last kick. Ooh, yep, she's out.
That last kick, that you hear the crack in that last kick. That's her skull. Okay, that's her skull. That crack.
That's wild. I mean, good for them.
I mean,
People in the comments
This
are
is-
like posting gifs of like giving applause.
yeah. The thing
Whew.
is, and we know it to be true, right? Left-wing sociologists from, I forget her name, but they're all the same. They'll all spark the same thing. Oh, we can fix them. We just, it's just poverty. They just need jobs, or they just
Yeah,
need a better
right.
education.
Right.
No, bro, they're evil. Okay, doesn't matter what. They're just evil. Okay, they woke up one day and thought they could get away with something. It doesn't matter how rich or poor or how educated people are. There is an evil in this world, and the left just can't get it because they want to exploit it for their own one-sided, one model. Party's always right. Absolutism, you know.
Actually, on the scale of the fuck around, find out, I say this is probably like
Yeah.
I think it's broken. That
Yeah.
chart is completely broken.
I got
There's
it.
no repairing it.
Hey,
It's over 9,000.
on the scale of 1 to 10, it's death metal. it's
Everybody's like,
it's
when everybody
minority.
heard what she did, when
Yeah.
everybody heard what she did, she's like, "Oh, lady, your free trial is over."
Yeah, your ear is now
Okay,
pressed up
free
against
trial.
the death metal speaker at the concert.
I say I wish it's stuff like this, like seeing that community come together. We need more of that, please.
Oh, it's great. It's
We
heartwarming to see a
definitely need.
community come together.
Yeah, we
to
need
come
more
together
of
for a
that.
united cause,
For a
to
real
save the
reason,
children.
for a legitimate reason.
Save the children, right?
Oh wait, but David,
Yeah.
the Democrats and the liberal left don't want us doing that. We can't protect them.
No, we're not allowed to protect ourselves. We're not allowed to protect the children. We have to trust the government. But wait a minute, I thought
and
police
also
were racist.
we're racist for cheering on that community.
Hey, get this, right? We're not
These
supposed to.
stupid people, man.
Yeah, this is how stupid they are. Trust the police. Also, defund the police.
It's like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, I have two different groups talking to me. It's like, well, what do I do?
No, they'll have to argue
do I
both sides
defund?
of the argument to paralyze you into a position of inertia so that you can't think, you can't make decisions. You have to do what they say, when they say it, even when it contradicts. That's how Orwell warned you about this stuff, okay? They warned you about doublethink and...
So did Aldous Huxley.
Yeah, Huxley about mob
Dude,
mentality.
Huxley literally went out in public. He had that speech before he died. He if you hear that speech, he's spelling it out for you in the most.
Huxley went to America after he wrote his book. I think he actually died in California. He actually spoke at Berkeley in 1962. And the problem is, it went over Huxley's head that they wanted him to speak there, not because they were anti-authoritarianism, but because they, they saw it as a handbook or something, a brave new world. They felt it was, this is where the new world order comes from. It's an adaptation of Huxley's work. It's a version of Huxley's work. Am I disconnected? Everybody seems to be muted or something.
I can hear you.
Oh, we lost Anime Night.
Yeah.
It's just I had a weird static buzzing in my ear, right? He's back. Yeah, Medical Tyranny 2. Yeah. Yeah, he's in the studio.
Oh,
maybe it's just that is stepped out.
yeah, I don't have permissions anymore.
No.
I don't see him.
There
there
we
we go.
go. There we go. Like I was saying though, he was spelling it out to you
Yeah.
in your face.
What happened?
Oh,
Animators go.
my StreamYard exploded, and somehow I lost practically my camera, my mic, and I got literally kicked into the back corners of the ass crack of Argentina.
Nice. So my allergies are going like crazy, ballistic, and I couldn't breathe, and I was like,
So
yeah, it's that time.
You had to run down and get some nasal
that
spray.
time of year. That's that time of year for pollen.
Yep.
Speaking of Argentina, did you hear that Malay has achieved a surplus?
Okay.
Yeah. So Argentina.
Yo, what's the deal? All right, hold up. Before we jump into that, there's another bridge on fire right now. Not right now. This was 10 hours ago. Hold up.
How is that a bridge or the crane at the bridge?
It's a bridge.
Where's that?
I don't know.
Yeah, but you have all those food plants that have blown up and all those cattle that died last year. It's all just a coincidence.
This is no coincidence.
Oh, I know.
Do you know China's had 11 high-speed rail high-speed trains derail, and it's only what, March?
What is pushing the flames downward? Something is like pouring out.
Okay,
that's a very great question.
If this is an asphalt fire on the bridge, it will be melting through the steel grid, and and it burns as it falls.
Just becomes oil, basically.
Argentina, a truck carrying a load of chickens caught fire earlier this month. Okay, so it happened a while back. They're just now posting. It's just now kind of like getting circulated.
Yeah.
That was in Argentina, that bridge fire?
Zarate Brazo Largo Bridge.
You will eat the bugs.
Here's hang on, this might be a better.
So while they're talking about eating bugs, do you know Bill Gates' plane generates more CO2 than the average family does in a lifetime in 1 year?
Well, who cares?
It travels that much.
It's Bill Gates. He sucks. He's wanted in multiple different countries. Like, who cares?
He's settled with India. He paid
if there was a tax on turtleneck, on sissy turtleneck wearing, I guarantee you Bill Gates probably is probably the highest in that room.
Speaking of Bill Gates, Microsoft has just announced new ESG guidelines for all their video games.
Mm-hmm.
No more big titty girls. Yep. No more big titty girls.
I mentioned that in my video. I was so mad. You can tell, David, I was mad. You can hear it in my voice.
This is worse than Sweet Baby Inc., okay? Because they're talking about males with no penises as a standard, interchangeable body parts. So you can put a penis on a female, but not a male. Interchangeable body parts.
What Microsoft games have penises in them anyway?
No, this is the standardization for character creators going forward. So they're trying to standardize all Microsoft games to one engine with one set of characters, where you got non-binary, where you basically choose your toxic animal, kin, furry, caricature, whatever it is. But you go into extreme detail of everything. It's just that it's not normal male female. It's everything but.
I didn't know they had
all the lead characters are going to be black, and it's like, what?
Put a chick in it, make her gay.
Yeah, you might as well. But they did. But it's not just the ESG. It's This is worse than. Isn't it funny that it's on the end of it? Lieberman died the other day, and he's the one who kicked all this off with the moral outrage over video games and Mortal Kombat. People forget the first Karen was a Democrat and a male.
Well,
Well,
one thing Democrats have in common is they're leading Hollywood and all over Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What do y'all think about?
Well, back in the
Sheldon?
80s, you had Tipper Gore, you know, and all the lyrics and everything. So
yeah, music lyrics.
this notion that the Democrats used to be for free speech is it's not true. They never were for free speech, and they were always the war party.
Yeah, they were the ones who put really. They were running around. You're right. They were running around in the 50s saying we're the party of freedom. Really? You won't let black kids go to a white college?
Yeah.
Oh, we're the party of freedom and liberation. Really?
They ran the hippie movement to control it.
You're not.
Yeah, you're going to war in Korea and you just handed France to Vietnam and you call yourself the Freedom Party.
Yes, they do.
They got us involved in Vietnam. They got us involved in Korea. They got us involved in both world wars. They got us involved in the Spanish-American War. And they kicked off the Civil War by launching attack on Fort Sumter. So
Democrats have been the party of war, the party of lies, misinformation since 1776. I mean, they lied about the Indian treaties. I don't think Washington ever signed the Indian treaties, did he?
I'm not sure.
I know there was a bunch of them, and they're going, "Wow, how many?" Like all the lies going back, and just
Jefferson was the warmonger, and Adams was the temperate one.
Yeah, there's been a few. A non-war president is not the norm; is the exception.
Yeah, and then when Jefferson became president, that's why he invaded Tripoli.
Yeah. And that was a lie because the hostage had already been released months ago, and they knew that.
So anyway, there's your 5-minute history lesson, folks.
Every history book is lying to you somewhere, somehow, to justify a war because America doesn't want to say, "Hey, Nazi Germany was ahead of us technologically, and we got jealous."
What do you want, Egg? Oh my God!
What do you mean? What do you mean the Democrats spied with Stalin to create World War II? That's a lie. Oh, wait a minute! It's in Wikipedia. Yeah. For Christ's sake!
Well, the repugs had to be dragged kicking and screaming into both world wars.
Yeah. Mind you, they were hypocrites at the end, saying they were all for it.
Yeah. I got one of the dogs visiting me. I may have to let him out. He just went out an hour ago. What do you want? All right. You guys keep talking. Apparently, I got to let him out or get my wife to let him out. I can tell she's talking to her sister downstairs. So.
Yeah, they talk about being the party of free speech and tolerance. Yeah. You know, they take every opportunity they can to crap over anybody who steps outside of their bubble. No matter how, and the thing is, no matter how many people comply to these ESG rules, the Democrats don't. If the Democrats are so big, so powerful, right? How come all these projects are failing? You should see, you should see these video game sales go up, not down. In some fact, you saw Sweet Baby Inc. List. Almost every video game dropped to almost zero. Whereas, you know, let's boycott the Daily Wire even. You know, it didn't work. You know, it's really weird. It's like they don't buy anything. They don't have any clout outside of Congress. I mean, if a few politicians stood up to them, you know, that's all we need, isn't it?
Hey, check this out.
All right, enough of this gooey show of emotion.
Basically, David, they don't have the congressional penis in their mouth.
Yeah, I heard something.
That's what I call it now.
Oh, according to Benny Johnson, Trump is now richer than George Soros, and liberals are having a meltdown.
Probably
on the billionaire list.
Who do you recognize anybody in this video clip?
Long before she met Doug Emhoff, she dated some prominent men, including in 2001 former talk show host Montel Williams. Back then, famous one. And
that's Montel. Montel, he's.
And guess what? Guess how he's connected to the situation? He's friends with Diddy.
He's friends with Diddy, so he's obviously. Yeah, who's the center? Yeah. Actually, if you look at the center of the ring, it ain't George Soros. It's actually Oprah Winfrey at the center of this spider web.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
see, Soros is a late.
He used to be so cool, but now
it's as Diddy said, it's all about the Benjamins. What was it, the Beavers?
Yeah, and of course, Oprah just being like,
"Yeah, Soros is a latecomer to the music.
You want your TV show?"
Yeah. But see, if Soros dropped $1 billion, forget Soros dropped $1 billion on Taylor Swift. Yet Trump's the one who's soaring in value. So is Taylor Swift really that popular, or I don't know. I mean, other than 100,000 at a concert.
Okay, we could probably
a few concerts where you get 100,000. Yeah, so
we could probably do a comparison.
Popular, but she's not making the money. She's not worth $1 billion. Otherwise, her backers would be soaring in value, not decreasing.
You know something, David. If the Astrodome never closed down, how much you want to bet if we put Taylor Swift versus Donald Trump in the Orlando Astrodome, who would sell it out?
That's a good question.
Because remember, it's also a wonder of the world too. It's also that, and it's one of the larger ones.
Yep.
That would be the ultimate test right there.
Yeah, the average Trump rally does actually only get around 50,000, but you got to remember they also
that's the average. But that could be more. There could be plenty more.
No, but remember, don't forget, not every venue can hold more than 50,000. There's quite a lot of venues out there, because don't forget, when it comes to Trump rallies, you also got to count all the little stops he makes, and in Pittsburgh where he only had 40,000, or in LA, where they deliberately shut half the stadium a week before to limit his numbers. So
speaking of
take all those things into account.
Yeah, speaking of Trump, what do you think about Truth Social going public and making him $3 billion or $5 billion?
I feel like
I think it's funny because a week earlier though, you had the day before talking about broke Trump.
Yeah,
and then
on their face now.
Yeah, they got the Jack in the Box, except the clown. It's a literal boxing glove to the face.
So they paid. Okay, sorry, I just want to finish this. They paid $1 billion for Taylor Swift's music, right? The Eras Tour. The Eras Tour averaged 72,000 per concert. No venue was under 100,000 in size. 83 shows in 30 cities. Guess how much money they made for spending $1 billion?
How much?
13 million. In ticket sales. They have spent $13 million out of all that. 83 concerts they made. All those tickets, all that money they brought in, but they spent so much. They spent billion bloody dollars. So
now wait a minute. They spent $1 billion on the entire tour.
Yeah, and they made and their profit was 13 million. They did make a profit, but it was only 13 million.
Okay, so see, the way you set that up though was like you said they only made 13 million, but now it's like the profit was 13 million. So they broke even and made 13 million.
Yeah,
that's not that. I mean,
that's not bad,
but that's not an own.
No, it sort of is because, like, okay, if you invested $1 billion in a year, how much would you make?
I don't know. I don't invest. That's the problem. I'm not seeing where this is going.
But they're saying it's pathetic because because they're saying it's less than 1%. It's about 1% interest. So they would have made the same money if they invested in a bank. That's what they're saying.
Gotcha.
They're saying that it wasn't the win that they expect because it's not above interest, right? If you went to the stock market, your average returns of 5.4%. So Trump made way more money for a smaller investment. That's what they're saying. That's why Trump's numbers are going up because all these, big events, it's not just Taylor Swift, it's how much they pumped into movies. And there's this guy, a channel, he was talking about, he was being interviewed, he was talking about stats. He's saying how 40 smaller movies made more profit. But the problem is that everybody seems to be attracted to the big spectacular, but the big spectacular costs proportionately way more. So your profit, so you might make $1 billion, but your profit margins are down, and it's not like and you're not keeping up with inflation. So the next year you have to actually raise more money to get the same results. So you're never going to get ahead. You're eventually going to lose money because you're not keeping up with inflation.
Yeah. Let's see what you comment.
And they're saying what's the real inflation rate? Something like 17%.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
unless in order to get ahead, you got to give the head.
Well, you really want,
that was perfect.
You really want Taylor Swift's chicken grease lips on you?
No, but I want the dancers though. Those dancers were hot.
Oh yeah. Take the dancers.
I was paid. Trippy told. I did see the Eras tour, but I was mainly looking at the dancers. I'm like, hey, look at that one doing the twirl. Oh, she did the splits. Yeah, all over the carpet.
So that barbecue guy in Haiti, he's kidnapped some YouTube star that was trying to do an interview with the gang leader.
Well, he's actually saying he wants to get the truth out there that he's not what they say he is.
He's being held for ransom.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Well, the thing is,
these people are failing miserably.
The left created this problem by giving in to the Palestinians.
Yeah.
And now it's spreading around the world where kidnapping and rapes and murder are becoming the normal political violence. And the left have created this problem by saying they're justified freedom fighters.
Yeah. And what does this dude do? Does he like eat people or something?
No, apparently there's different conflicting stories about Haiti barbecue.
Okay.
Well,
think
he was nicknamed, but he's a Haitian gang leader, former police officer, and warlord, who's now the head of the Revolutionary Forces. He says he's now an armed revolutionary and head of the Haitian Telkati party, closely allied with former and current gang leaders and warlords. He's trying to unite these to oust the Clinton-backed political regime.
Oh, more of the Clinton back channels.
Yeah. Now, he was a gang leader, was recruited to into a special unit of the Haitian National Police, then became a gang leader again, and he actually perpetrated multiple massacres, including one in 2018. And this is where he alleged, 2018 is when the human rights group alleged that during this massacre, that 81 people were killed, and that some people were hacked and barbecued, and they ate. Yeah. No,
Anime Night. Anime Night got yanked again. Apparently,
yeah.
It says you need to connect. Oh, he dropped out. Uncancelable since 1989. You get that?
Yeah. Currently, the Haitian, two of the Haitian factions are fighting each other for control. That the government has, what do you say, abandoned Haiti. Basically, they're gone. Right. The last of the
somebody's out to get me.
Yeah, the last of the Haitian government was airlifted the other day. That the two major political factions are now both backed by criminal gangs. They're not even hiding the fact. But barbecue, yeah, I'm not sure if that it's a reference to not one but two massacres, and I'm not sure whether or not he partook in this ritual. But it dates back to voodoo and Africa, where you and other sacrifice cultures, where you take a bite out of your enemy to absorb their essence, Don't know if it was actual organized cannibalism. There's different stories, but it was definitely they cooked people to eat their so-called essence as glorious victors or whatever,
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the Nickelodeon stuff going on right now?
Fill me in.
So there's all these scandals that are surfacing now about Dan Schneider, which we've kind of known about Dan Schneider, but like there was an interview on ID Channel of Drake Bell, and it's called Quiet on the Set, and it was just a documentary about what all happened back in the day, and a lot of things that you shouldn't do to children.
They're talking about Nickelodeon and their afternoon specials and the reason why they cancelled them.
Some of them, yeah.
Well, they had to cancel them because people were starting to become well known what was going on, and they just refused to answer casting calls for Nickelodeon.
Yeah, we all know what kind of creep Dan was. I mean, geez Louise, that foot. I'm never gonna look. Now I can't look at that footprint.
Who's the biggest?
Again.
Speaking of creeps, who's that guy who does that music? What's his name? The X Factor guy.
God,
does all those music judge. Does all those music reality shows?
I don't know. I don't know.
A photo surfaced of him with a 12-year-old girl in Thailand.
Oh, snap.
Yep. And apparently Thai police have said there's investigations, but then the article disappeared and yeah. And he's connected to P. Diddy and Oprah and friends with Harry.
Who isn't connected to Diddy, apparently?
Well, apparently, when a certain island went off the grid, they had a backup plan already in place.
Yeah.
Apparently, this backup plan already been in operation for quite some years. So basically, Island was West Coast and Island was East Coast and Diddy was West Coast, and they used to share clients. That's the allegation. And they're saying they've got photos are starting to emerge of various music industry moguls and celebrities with children. And it's really terrible, though there's nothing in these photos that allege criminal misconduct. But you've got to ask yourself, why are they carrying in their arms children for the streets, in the middle of the night? At a party, allegedly coming out from a party.
Yeah. Let's see.
What's his name?
Got it.
Simon Cowell allegations. But the allegations have disappeared.
They have disappeared because look what's
Cowell,
going on.
Back in 2017, he was accused of rape and sexual misconduct. They say he's very odd, according to GQ. Daily Mail said that back in 2008, there was allegations about sexual assault. He's at 23 again. He's had lots of, over the years, there's been lots of allegations against him.
Yeah. Dude, Jenna McCurdy got real fucking lucky. Like, real lucky.
Somebody went to the Norfolk police about him, but the allegations of him in Thailand, it looks like the Guardian have pulled that story. But X Factor Thailand, they were talking about X Factor Thailand and an after party where they, that's been pulled. So you can imagine that it's just weird. How many times do people have to get accused? And the left never cancel them. By the way, there's never an accusation that against one of their leading figures that hasn't been met with innocent until proven guilty. But if it's Trump, of course he's guilty. They even tried to blame the Baltimore Bridge on Trump.
Trump Drainage Syndrome at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. They are running out.
Hey, can I explain what Trump did? See, Trump and Putin got together and they got onto the boat. They mugged the pilot. They sabotaged the steering. So mugged the pilot, aimed the boat at the bridge, jammed the steering, and jumped overboard and got on their respective planes and flew back to their respective dungeons, just so they could ram the boat into the bridge just as Biden was going to cross it on a train. But at the last minute, Biden saw them and jumped out, and Oprah catched him. And, it's obvious that Trump was trying to assassinate Joe Biden. And he's a Putin puppet. And that's how,
that
like
one
Trump arrangement.
That one dude who roasted the fuck out of Brian Stelter. He's correct, because without Trump, their ratings would be in the crapper. They
by the
would
way,
be
that
shut
guy was
down.
a Democrat. Yeah, there's a guy.
But he told the truth. But he told the truth.
Yeah.
He's going around saying the truth.
Speaking of making fun of Brian Stelter, what do you guys think about Steven Crowder? Have y'all heard anything going on with that?
No.
So apparently, Not Gay Jared did a video where he broke his NDA and discussed how Steven Crowder used to like put his junk on him and like expose himself to people in as a extremely toxic workplace environment. And dude, it's so much stuff that's been surfaced lately, and it's like, where do you even start?
I agree. Like, where do we even begin with that? Because, I mean, what you really have to look for is Crowder's reaction, and then we'll know.
Well, apparently he put out something the next day saying that he was going after his ex-wife for extortion because she was trying to make him like pay her money for something. I mean, they're going through a divorce, so like she's doing everything she can to like make him pay money.
Get more money, yeah. Yeah, she's saying, look, I'll hush about these things if you give me more money. Yeah, that's still extortion. Even going through a divorce, there are limits, like in what they call negotiations.
Yeah.
Even though they're not negotiations. Having been through it twice, they don't negotiate. You get set down, a couple of judges and a couple of lawyers all tell you that you have to, that you know, they'll question you. They'll question you, but every allegation she makes, but you basically have to accept it, or they'll punish you. You know, it's ridiculous.
How is Melinda Gates still walking, given everything that she knows?
I don't think she is. I think that it's a body double.
I think it's shenanigans. I think as long as it's all unprovable, it's all distraction. You know, nothing ever comes of it. She's safe. But if she came out and dropped a bombshell about the so-called Thai lady boys and that big old party that Bill Gates held back in the 1970s that got him all these favorable contracts, yeah, then she'd be colder than Kamala Harris's heart. She'd be so deep, diving bells won't find her.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see what Crowder does, though, because I want to give I may not agree with everything that Crowder does, but at the same time, though, it's like, okay, we heard this and actually because and also it's very telling because that this can go two ways. That guy who broke his NDA, I know I'm not too well versed in the law and everything, but I know for a fact that Crowder can pose legal action against him. Because
even if the allegations are true, when you break an NDA, even if the allegations are true, you can still be sued.
And you still break the law. I mean, it's a valiant effort.
Not
I'm
the
not going to
law,
deny that.
the contract. There is a violation of contract law, but you are penalized in a civil court, not a criminal court. He has to take legal action.
This fucking country, I swear.
So many. It's so weird. You have laws. You have so many laws, and so many of them aren't enforced, and people don't understand them. And this is the whole complicated mess that the legal system has become, where they can just basically subjectively accuse you. What do you all think of, speaking of accusations, what do you think about the allegation that, was it Bill Maher who sold his house for a massive marked up value? And
no, John Stewart.
John Stewart. Yes, thank you.
And Crowder
John
is
Stewart.
suing him, by that way. So
Yeah.
Well,
not Gay Jared and his wife, and yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
even
John
if it's
Stewart.
true.
But you know,
Yeah, John
that's
Stewart, 860% markup on his property.
well, that's based on the tax property, but that happens all the time. I mean, I don't pay taxes. My real estate taxes are assessed by the state, but they're not what market value is, and that changes. It's valuable to whatever, you know. To me, that's the hypocrisy of the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
There's no fraud in what Trump did, and there's really no fraud in what John Stewart did. It's really the hypocrisy.
Well, they're saying that they defrauded the taxpayer because he got the loan at a lower rate, so so less taxes were paid, and that's
Trump?
the defraud. Yeah, they're saying that because Trump
he overvalued. They're saying he overvalued his property.
Yeah, to avoid taxes.
Oh,
because by getting favorable loans for the high. Yeah,
but to me, it's just the hypocrisy of Stewart. Trump didn't break any law.
Because
No one claimed fraud. Yeah.
No, nobody claimed fraud in Trump. It was the state who created, and remember, they created the allegations against Trump after illegally reading his financial statements in another case, in the E. Jean Carroll case.
Right.
They used multiple lawsuits to get Trump's financial statements, and then had dozens of prosecutors around the country reading through them illegally, looking for a crime. Because, I mean, show me the man, show me the crime, right? How many people are going to have their taxes 100%?
Right.
Well, it turned out that Trump was owed $1 million, so that didn't go far, did it? But as a result, they had all the loans and all the properties, which is what they're looking for. Make sure that nobody will do business with Trump again.
Yeah. Oh no, it's definitely a witch hunt.
It's not just a witch hunt. It's basically
character assassination. I mean, that's basically what.
Yeah, nobody will. If you want to work with Trump, we'll come after you. That's what it is. We'll name you as a co-defendant, or we'll smear you, or high society won't do business with you, And Kevin O'Leary is saying that New York just lost out on $32 billion in investment because of this. He's having to take it to Florida, and he doesn't like doing that because it's a smaller market,
Yeah. Well, for now, but there's a lot of money leaving New York now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when you're talking about small business, eyeballs matter,
Oh yeah.
Smaller, like the South may be a smaller market now, but don't forget the population shift has been slow. But New York will by 2050 will be as big as Baltimore. It would be less than 1 million people. It's big now, but if the drain continues, soon after the money leaves, so will the people. You think all these Venezuelans are going to live in hotels what's going to happen when the billionaires got no money coming for their hotels? Because that's what the whole Trump lawsuit's about. It's to fund liberal projects.
Yeah.
It's a tax.
It'll soon be Escape from New York will be a documentary pretty soon.
Yeah. And first to go will be all the people with hard cash, hard income, all the cash brokers, all the money lenders. They will go first because the state will come for their cash.
Yeah.
And then they'll go after all the gambling. And of course, half of New York gambles, so, illegally. So there'll be lots of cash roundups, and then all the black market will disappear. So you'll see a huge drain on the economy as people start to leave, because pretty much one of the things keeping New York going is the black market. Anybody can go to New York and eventually find anything they want, right?
Right.
Or sell anything they want. But if you can't do that anymore because the government's looking for your cash, and they're starting to squeeze even the bookies for tax revenue. That's it. The bookies aren't going to put up with that. They'll leave or start funding the Republican Party, which is what they did in Atlantic City. People forget that. When the Democrats went hard against the gambling, against the casinos in Atlantic City, they also started funding the Republican Party. So, yeah, you had a crooked Republican, but you forget about the 24 other crooked Democrats around America, including Chicago. But that's what happens. Crime votes. They forget that, They still have a vested interest. And what we have right now is, I think it's a Crowder, or I'm not sure, but isn't Crowder going after the cartel links to the immigration, or is he still on the child trafficking?
Stephen Crowder?
Yeah. He was going to do a big expose.
He's done quite a bit lately of just kind of both.
Yeah,
he's been kind of
talking about both, but I think he's got a big expose about the link between child trafficking, immigration, and the Democrat Party and open border policies. About the money flow and the money laundering.
Well, better be watching Crowder's suicide. Put him on suicide watch then, because every time someone exposes it for real,
anybody exposes it effectively, suddenly finds themselves on Hillary Clinton's diary. She's an amazing right? 58 of her friends have all committed suicide. What a coincidence, right?
As we get in the last few minutes, we're right at an hour. I want to ask David his thoughts on this, the red heifer.
Red heifer. All right, wait a minute.
It's a topic that's been popping up over the last couple of days because April 10th is coming, and that's supposedly some significate. Oh, it's the eclipse that's going to X over the United States.
Yes. The red heifer is a reference back to ancient times where now and again you would get a female cow known as the red cow. This cow was born red and would be set aside for sacrifice according to the Torah, and its ashes were now. This is where the whole red hair and whole red priest and all the stuff, because over the years it would be associated with different religions and different events. But apparently now it's got something to do with Texas and red cows in Texas, where people have noticed that red cows have been born in larger numbers in Texas. And they think it's got something to do with the revelations, and that red moon has been called the red heifer because they believe that it's there's going to be some significant event, a black swan event that will eclipse all previous black swan events and prove that we're living in Revelations. But even some Jews actually believe that this is unusual because in their religion, red heifer is, it's a rare event, and there are, having been on a farm, there are weird things that happen. Like now and again, a cow will have a red child, and it's so rare that it's actually, so significant. You'd find one in a generation, and for some reason, this event is happening in Texas where lots of cows are being born red, and it's really got the religious people in a stir, which is
there's a post on X that I saw, and it's pretty interesting read. It's claimed at the end of it, he says maybe this is just a conspiracy theory, but it's pretty interesting. So it starts out, it's 4 paragraphs long. I'm going to read it. Aleister Crowley claimed he first channeled an entity named Awas, whom he identified as Satan, on April 8th, 1904. They remained in communication for 3 days until the 10th. During that time, he was instructed to draw an X symbol. Oddly enough, on April 8th is the day the X eclipse, which will have 3 rockets launched into it. possibly causing some communication disturbances. The second rocket will launch at 3:22 p.m., the number associated with Skull and Bone Society. On that same day, CERN's proton collider will be reactivated, and on the 10th, the super proton synchrotron will be reactivated as well. Interestingly, CERN started warming up on March 22nd, or 322, and the physicists just discovered a four-dimensional entity within the collider. The antimatter factory will also deliver anti-protons on April 22nd, the first day of Passover, which is a Jewish holiday associated with sacrificial lambs. Some say the Palestinians originally attacked Israel because the Jews were bringing in red cows to the Holy Land from Texas, one of the ex-eclipse hotspots. Apparently, a perfect red cow is needed to be sacrificed before the Jews can rebuild their temple, which Muslims and Christians claim will become the seat of the Antichrist. Nevertheless,
go ahead, finish it.
Nevertheless, because of religious rules, on the day they need to be sacrificed is April 10th. So, will there be 3 days of darkness like people are saying? Will a four-dimensional demon be released into the world during that time? Could it be an AI inside CERN? Awas sounds like AI was. And the Bible described a beast that was and is not, which rises from a bottomless pit. Perhaps the bottomless pit is the black hole inside the particle collider, or maybe it's all just a crazy conspiracy theory.
Who knows? Because, I mean, a lot of things have to be taken on faith, but there is a general theory of coincidence, right? That if you spread enough predictions, events will start to happen because people subconsciously create reactions based on what they hear. So this is what they're saying about Orwell, that if Orwell didn't write 1984, or 1984 didn't become such a cultural phenomenon, we wouldn't have such a rise in authoritarianism. Yet you go back and you look at, say, with the red cow, well, just like 1984, there were events before that happened, such as this is why comets, red cows, and other things are all associated religiously, because there were significant events that were always preluded by the same things: plagues, red cows being born, frogs from the sky, fish falling from the sky, and the appearance of certain comets, which previously tracked. They're saying, no, how could this comet appear? It's not due for another 5 years. But, Halley's Comet apparently appeared out of sync when Babylon fell. There's a whole bunch of theories running right now that, red cows is just one of them. But it is significant because there is an uptake in the birth of red cows in Texas.
Yeah.
But is that because they feed something to the cows? Is it because there are things we don't know, right? Do they know how to affect the outcome of births? Do they know what we know now that some fruits, and this is a big experiment in China, that a lot of women avoided eating peaches because they said that it would stop them from giving birth to a son. So these are things that the Chinese are looking at. So they're looking at this red cow phenomenon too, and what's the other one? Something to do with goats. Does Brian know? Like, do you know something about this thing about the horned goat?
No, I don't know about the horned goat. No.
No, but red cows, definitely. The horned goat, known as macaw or something. Something in Pakistan, screw-horned goat. Apparently, these long-horned goats, something about association with the goats and the devil and some weird beast born of man and beast or something. Alex Jones was going on about 20 years ago, so I thought, nah, nothing in the archives. But Alex Jones, there's a video that's popping up about Alex Jones saying that they're planning to attack Gaza and wipe them out and bring about the Temple of Israel. So, and he was saying this about 20 years ago, and it will end in nuclear war because the holy cleansing fire, you know, the only thing we know that can create a holy cleansing fire is a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's nothing else on scale, right? It'd have to, you know, in order to destroy a city, there's nothing else that we know of. Except maybe even antimatter. You'd have to, you know how much antimatter you need? I mean,
well, I don't know, man. I mean, the Brits used to carpet bomb
I know
Dresden.
they carpet bomb, yeah.
No, but I mean, they use incendiaries.
Yeah, they use large-scale incendiaries, day and night bombing by both America and Britain and Britain for 3 days and nights to destroy Dresden. And why did they do that? Because they wanted to decimate the population of Germany to make it more manageable after the war. Because the people would be so demoralized, they wouldn't fight back.
Well, it was the point of the nuclear war too, or a nuclear weapon that we
Bomb
dropped on Japan.
The second one, yeah.
Get them to surrender. Well, you had a.
No, they did surrender. The whole thing was to demoralize them further.
Right. Well, they wanted unconditional surrender too.
Yes, unconditional. Yeah. Not enough to get on your knees. You got to get face down.
Yeah.
But that's what I think is this whole red cow business. It's a signal to those who know the language of the Babylonian texts. All these symbols, red cow, horned beast, etc., they all mean something to somebody. This is how they communicate, because the secret societies won't come out of hiding and unite, because every time they do, every time the Illuminati rise, a counter organization rises and starts taking them out.
Hey, what do you? So I'm reading this post. Apparently they've linked Diddy to DMX's quote unquote OD from crack.
Well, they were Cat. Was it Cat who linked him to Tupac, saying that they're going to finally get justice for Tupac? And I'm saying, I don't remember Diddy being named in the Tupac conspiracy. I do know they actually named the guy and said Tupac's killer is in jail and has been for 9 years and unlikely to get out. The further prosecution would be irrelevant. But it was Death Row Records. They wanted Tupac's. They did not trust that Tupac was leaving the scene.
Now, see, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. But apparently Pac was kind of tired of the way that they were handling like underage kids and whatnot, and that he didn't like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to expose them, but he didn't want to be a part of that life.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was leaving the life, and that's what got him killed, because they wanted they'd let him go if he sold them their music, but he wouldn't sell his music because that was his bread and butter, right?
Yeah.
He was about to embark on a new career with Dan Aykroyd to do movies. He wanted to fund movies with Dan Aykroyd. So he needed that money. He needed a lot of it. So he ain't gonna hand over his music to a bunch of gangsters. But that's the problem. They were real gangsters. They weren't hardcore. They weren't wannabes. They were real gangsters.
Yeah.
Who is Kathy Hochul?
New York governor?
New York governor, yeah.
Okay. She arrived at 1:45 on Friday to the wake of the NYPD officer Jonathan Diller and was asked to leave by the family.
Yep. Trump came, nobody else did. And when Herschel showed up late, they told her to pee quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was because she came from, she was going to swing by from the fundraiser with Obama, Clinton, and the other Jeffrey Epstein Island crowd. Yeah. It's weird. Just we don't know how much.
Got him killed anyway.
Yeah, but people are saying that Oprah is the center of the circle, not Soros. Soros is a distraction. Oh, he said that before. I said that before, that he was just a bag man. And
no, he's the money.
No,
guy.
he's
he's the money. No. He handles the money.
He poses a threat. He still poses.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm saying he only handles the money. He is not the decision maker. He is middle management. If you know the name of management, management does not come down from on high. They hide behind layers of lawyers and money men like Soros and Oprah. They use. You even look at P. Diddy. They're naming his manager, his lawyer, etc. It's not. Diddy's just the bait. We need a famous person to bait these kids, but it's the people behind them, the people who run the companies. But behind the people who run the companies are the people who fund them, and behind that are their bankers, and that is not George Soros. Okay, George Soros is not in that private tier of the $1 trillion club. Okay.
Yeah. There's always more layers to the onion.
Yes, and he's actually on the outside of the onion. He's if you're named in public often enough, you're the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
Okay, things go wrong, peel that layer, throw it in the bin. It's gone. Grow a new layer.
Dude, so Lizzo quit.
I thought that was a troll post.
Yeah, quit what?
Like music.
Nah, come on.
Like the industry. Well, I'm getting tired of putting up with being dragged by everyone in my life and on the internet. All I want is to make music and make people happy and help the world be a little bit better than how I found it. But I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I'm constantly up against lies being told about me for clout and views, being the butt of every joke every single time because of how I look. My character being picked apart by people who don't know me and disrespecting my name. I didn't sign up for this. I quit.
Hey, I can't. I'm a white male with red hair. I can't quit, and left-handed. I can't quit. I've been the butt of every joke. I've been abused for being left-handed, abused for wearing glasses, abused for having red hair, abused for being male. Sorry, Lizzo, you can lose weight. Like I can't, right? Lose. You know how much? That's the problem. Okay, Lizzo, you're playing the victim card. You're not a victim.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess whatever.
Wait until you. Hey, Lizzo, did you ever have a school teacher hold you down and rip the pen out of your left hand and force you to write with your right hand over and over again for days? And
nobody wouldn't let her in the school, Dave, because she wasn't white.
Yeah, that's right.
Probably.
She was She's a protected class. What is she bitching about? She's got a bloody multi-million-dollar music contract. Probably ran out. Or, my guess, the magic pills are wearing off and she has to quit because the magic pills are wearing off. Didn't Kat say? Who was it? Keep thinking of the Kat interview, but there was a guy who recently interviewed saying, they all eventually will quit. You got Kathy Griffin who refuses to quit. But eventually the adrenochrome or whatever, selling your soul Satan, eventually it stops working. Your body starts rejecting it. You start aging, For some people, they have a career that lasts years, decades even. For other people, it's very short, very quick,
Yeah.
The faster you rise, the sooner you fall, sort of thing, you know?
I never understood Kathy Griffiths. Or Kathy, whatever her name is. It Kathy?
Yeah. No, it's not Cat. I'm trying to think. He's the guy who wrote all the music for Def Leppard and a few other groups. That he's just woke up he said he sold his soul to the devil, and he woke up one day and he like looked 100 years old. You know, he used to be young, full of hair, and literally overnight he turned into an old man. He couldn't write music. He could barely walk and barely talk.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening to Kathy Griffin right now. But I bet you Lizzo, you look at her performances, it's got to be wire, right? There's got to be, how can she literally flip like that? That's going to be years of gymnastics, but I haven't seen gymnasts with half the weight that she's got, you know? Unless it's a fat suit, unless it's all fake.
That'd be funny.
It would be funny if it was a gymnast in a fat suit.
Yeah, that I can live with.
But it's just bizarre because, like, I thought all morning it was a troll post, and then an hour ago it was confirmed by the Daily Mail after contacting Lizzo's agents. They said, yeah, she's not renewing her contract. So I'm thinking, you're not a bloody victim. Go on the internet for about 5 minutes as an ordinary guy and see how much abuse. Look at all the feminists who, have an opinion on, they say you don't need guns. Well, if you don't need guns, why do you want to defund the police if we need the police? I mean, and really, does defunding the police stop murder? No. Look at London knife crime or Shanghai hammer murders. Yeah. Recently, it's weird. In Shanghai, they call the first day of spring murder season because the murder rate spikes. It's really, people have perceptions that most of the world, but it's not. If you took out 10 or so cities in the United States, there's hardly any crime, right? Most of your crime is in the big cities, and it's mostly in the top about top 20, isn't it? About top 20?
Yeah, something like that.
So most America's safe. Most America's a great place. But you go around the world, and it's almost the opposite. You don't want to leave the inner city, and you don't want to stray far from the hotel. And you want to make sure you stay within that border of where you can see where you're standing at one police station and you can see the one down the road.
Yeah.
Because you go, I kid you not, if you've been to some of these countries, you'd understand that it's not just poverty. I mean, most of these countries are poor not because of their low wages. They're poor because of high crime. That becomes very apparent, right? There's no economic growth because people don't own things, because if you own things, they get stolen.
Yeah.
If you buy a nice house, somebody will try and force you out of it, or the state will suddenly hit you with huge property taxes.
Yeah, poverty doesn't necessarily cause crime, but high crime does cause poverty.
Yeah. Now, I forget who said it, and he has a channel. He's an ex-CIA guy, and he's I think he's half Indian and half Native American, and half black. And he was saying that you don't want to be in the United States after 2025 because he estimates that's about the time when people will discover there's no equality and that all inequality is manufactured by the government. Well, you look at taxes and progressive tax systems, you look at tax breaks, you look at industry incentives, you look at how Amazon is funded by the post office.
Yeah.
And all the money that Mackenzie Bezos, that's money that should have been paid to artists and in royalties, but no, we charge you. We come up with all these fees and charges, so that we don't pay you 70% royalties. We pay you less than 10, because there's marketing fees and hosting fees.
Well, it's like all the fees that iTunes, Apple charges too.
Instead of Apple getting 9 cents per song and the artist getting 90 cents, it's the other way around.
Yep.
And then Apple says, but we got to make a profit. Otherwise,
yeah.
So,
all right, guys, I'm off. I'm getting ready to go to bed, man. I'm wore out.
Me too.
Thank you.
It's been a long day.
Let's see if my video and audio is still out of sync.
Is it?
I don't know. You tell me. Yeah, it looks like
slightly.
Yeah.
Probably
not as bad as it was, but it was horrible before.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in to David Applegate and friends.
Oh, sorry. Last thing. Sorry to interrupt. Rest in peace, Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah. Iron Eagle and what was this character in Officer and a Gentleman?
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Yeah. You didn't show up before. Yeah, well, it was Louis Gossett Jr. Yeah.
I didn't know who. I don't know who he was. That's why we had a conversation before we went live.
He was big. He was the first black man to get a some sort of Oscar, some sort of award.
I think it was best supporting actor.
Best supporting actor, yeah.
Dang.
All right. He was what?
All right.
90 something. All right.
We're going live tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for Coffee and Gaming. That'll be fun. It's always a good time for coffee and gaming. I love it. And yeah, buy David's book, check out Lape's channel, and hang out with Anime Night every Sunday.
I'll be doing a review of this whiskey next week.
Good deal. All right, guys, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. You, New World Order. Fuck you, Bill Gates.